instantly sell their entire position into it and then knife it down. When I see shit like that, I'm like, okay, the algos are brutal. So they're fucking around, right? I wait. What I do is I let these stocks come to me. I let the charts come to me. I let the plays come to me. I do not get excited. I keep my emotions in check, and I allow the stocks to prove themselves, right? So let's and so when I start to allow the stocks to come to me, right? We were talking about BGLC when I got on voice. Look at this thing. Here's good. It's gonna retest this 43. It needs to retest. So I'm gonna walk you through this, right? See that seller?
Yeah.
Right there, that seller, 222,000 shares. He's trying to hold it down. 14,000 shares, right? You guys see that seller? That seller is trying to like not let this thing go. If it fucking goes, it'll pop, right? So you see that seller? That's a short. That's a short. He keeps fucking trying to get in right there. 15,000 shares. That's 20,000 shares. Look at the level 2 right there.
On the bid or the ask?
28,000 shares on the ask.
Okay.
Right? If this fucking pops, watch this thing pop. Watch this thing pop. He's gonna get smoked right here. If he gets smoked, see how the ask is getting smaller?
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom. See how the ask is getting smaller? They're eating him alive.
Oh,
that guy's gonna get fucking. And so now that he sold all his shares, he has to cover. Now here's the problem though. This is called a bid restack, ask restack. They're trying to restack. Shorts are trying to get this not to break right here. Right? But they're gone. They're gone. Okay. Lots of information going through on the fucking tape right here. Right? So they were able to hold this fucking thing down. Hold it down. So if you don't have a stop loss in, I put a stop loss in because this could dip. However, it's not dipping far, right? It's dipping, but it's a battle. It is a battle. And so shorts seem to be winning right here. I'm okay because I'm in pretty good. I'm in at 125, so I'm gonna let this. I don't care that this happens unless it triggers me out, but I'm gonna let this play out. So you see shorts attacking this. Look at that candle. It's all red now. It's all red. That's just shorts trying to pile in, trying to fucking catch this thing to knife it down, and they're not able to. Longs are still fucking fighting for this area. Look at longs. Look at long step up right here. Long step the fuck up. You see all this price action. You see all of this.
You're on the 5-minute chart?
I'm on the 1 and 5.
Okay.
But if you look, resist or support is right here at 129. This is amazing, right? You guys saw that. That wall fucking was able to scare all the longs. So all the longs that bought in this area, this is, I'm gonna walk you through this, 140 all the way through 135, they couldn't break that, so they exited. They all exited in that trade. And now shorts were able to capitalize on that, and they started slamming sells into 136, 137, 135, all the way down. So now this is all shorts that are in this candle. However, if they can't seem to break this down, they will have to exit their position. So if longs hold this position right here and bring this price right back up to 135, 137, this has an opportunity to short squeeze, because those shorts that are setting their stops at 137, 140, they're setting their stops right there. They will get triggered to cover. You have to think like a short. You have to think like a short. That's why watching level 2 and tape is really crucial to your trading, guys. We were able to spot, that's called the restack. So for those of you that are new, write that down. On level 2 and on the ladder, on Thinkorswim ladder, you will see a restack of the bidding, of the ask, right? When it's a restack like that, it means shorts are piling in, trying. There's a group of shorts that are trying to pile in, trying to hold this down.
Do you ever notice like when the bid is super stacked and it's super heavy and you're seeing just red prints flow through on the bid, that's just shorts attacking the bid? Because sometimes I see the ask is super heavy and then it just rips up and it looks like as if like longs are trying to pile in onto the ask and just push it through a level.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you'll see, like, can you repeat your question? I'm sorry, I was reading what Falquez Moises was saying.
You're good. So sometimes I've noticed that when the bid is super heavy, that it just pulls straight down, and sometimes when the ask is super heavy, or like big size on either one on the ask, it just rips straight up. Do you notice that? And like, would you say that sometimes, like, as long as you're seeing, so like if the bid was super heavy and there was just all red
Mm-hmm.
prints going through at like 130, or vice versa, the ask was super heavy, but it's all green prints going through on the ask.
That means that there's a hidden seller. So
Okay.
if it's super heavy, right? What you guys saw that right there on BGLC, that's why I tell you, look at prices. That 142, 143, the guy wasn't there. And then when I looked on level 2, all of a sudden there was a 25,000 share, like, just holding it right there, 143. And so what happens is when those buyers are trying to break through him, they could, if they buy more than what his size is, it'll pop right up, boom. And that's what you're talking about. The seller will get removed. And what happens is once he gets trapped, he has to now buy. So he instantly fucking sells out and he causes that move as well with longs. Same for the opposite, where there's a seller, there's sellers, and the bid is getting stacked, and all of a sudden it just pulls the bid. It's because that buyer on the bid got filled. And so now I'm all out, right? Now I'm all out of the stock. Cool. But that buyer gets filled and he's not able to hold the stock up, then he just will instantly take a loss, and then you'll see a slam down, right? So you
Oh,
have to think, right? And
yeah.
here's another thing too: you
Because
have to realize there's multiple market makers, not just one, in every stock. There's going to be. That's why you have the Nasdaq, the MEMX, the ARCA, the BATS. These are all brokerages and order books, right? And so there's multiple market makers inside the stock, and some of them are long and some of them are short, and they will battle each other out. You guys have been on voice where I can like tell you the shorts are right here. There must be a short room on this, right? Because this is a long room, right? This is a long room, and then there's short rooms. And so sometimes it's not just the market maker. Sometimes it's another room that you're competing against. And so when you understand that and you know that, you manage your fucking trade and make sure that you're not just gonna like sit in the trade like an idiot, and if it goes against you and not secure, right? So you have to be a manage you have to be managing your own trade, and that all that information that I'm reading to you guys, that's all realistic information that's happening right now, right at this fucking second. That's one of the reasons why I like jumping on voice, is because if you guys could see what I'm seeing, and hearing it live, you'll be able to eventually start to see this shit on your own, and which you guys can implement into your own trading, into your own style of trading. Because I'm not giving you guys shit, and I keep hearing the whole, you guys don't know what you're doing, don't trade this shit. That's, you know what, like, everybody's got different opinion. I'm not fucking telling you to trade anything. I'm simply saying, look at key levels and see if you could spot hidden buyers, right? Because the hidden buyer, I spotted him. It showed only 800 shares at 124. It showed only 800 shares, but there were thousands of shares going through red, and it was not fucking moving, right? It only showed 400 or 800 fucking shares, but this thing was just not fucking moving. And I was like, holy shit. So what that tells me is here's the way market makers hide their position. They'll put 1,000 shares, but it could really be hidden, and it could be 100,000 shares. It could be 10,000 shares. You guys saw there was a 28,000 shares at 143, right? It could be 250,000 shares. Market makers can hide their position. You know what I'm saying? So does that make sense, guys? Market makers can actually fucking manipulate this and hide their position. So when I spot a hidden buyer, that tells me that there's going to be a reversal. That's how you're able to catch these entries right at the penny. Right at the penny. You know?
What I saw you post a chart earlier. It looked like it was Thinkorswim. Is that what you're trading on?
Yes.
And you're watching the Thinkorswim level 2?
No, I use DOS. I don't use the Thinkorswim tape or level 2 or any of that shit.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty shitty.
I watch DOS.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But you just place your orders and stuff through there through Thinkorswim, or you're just using the chart.
No. I'm just using the chart. DOS is another trading platform.
Yeah.
That gives you direct market access to the direct book orders. So when you buy, you get filled right away. Whereas with TOS, it's just a little different. You get slippage. You get different market. Let's say you sell at 110, and you'll get fucking filled at 109. It's really shitty.
Yeah.
So, but you get what I'm saying? Like now this thing is fading off because shorts won, right? Shorts won that round. This isn't the case. In this particular case, they won that round. However, when the market is reversed and it's going bullish, it's time to fucking use all your fucking skills. That's when you read tape, read fucking level 2, and you guys can really nail some fucking banger trades. You know?
When you're saying like the overall market turns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now, everything's struggling. We're not getting follow through, right? We saw FXLV. I took an entry at VWAP, and I didn't set my stop loss. I wanted it to go back up to 2023, and it didn't. It just wouldn't. It struggled, and then fucking some asshole or the market maker knifed it and sold 389,000 shares in like a split second. It knifed it all the way to VWAP. That's when I realized there's a little bit of manipulation there, and so that's when I added my stop right at VWAP. I didn't want him to hammer me down and take a big loss, and I was able to like just make pennies on pennies on that one, right? But that's the way I trade. I don't just exit. I fucking let the trade go. You guys saw it right here, BGLC. I was hoping for a bigger move, and unfortunately didn't. I got out when it broke VWAP. It's that simple. Like, once it broke VWAP, I was like, cool. I'm in at 125 anyway. VWAP is close to 133. It's still a nice move, right? I don't like scalping. I don't consider that a scalp. A scalp would be where I enter and it pops and it fucking goes up, and then I start selling and selling and selling and selling. That's not the way I trade. Anyway, it is 10:54. We got one more hour for Power Hour. I will be back, guys. I'm gonna get off voice. But great example. I hope you guys fucking learned off of that one. Again, if you guys hear that, oh, don't be trading, just don't trade, right? Fucking switch over to paper trade or just take notes and watch this stuff. Learn. This is all for educational, for your fucking benefit, so that you can level up your trading game. Okay.
Yeah,
See
it's
you guys.
awesome,
Have a
man.
great one. Yeah, absolutely, brother. I appreciate you asking those questions. Now you have a better understanding of what you're seeing when you see that.
Yeah, I recorded my screen too while you were talking about all that, so I can go back and watch that later.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard to understand at first, but I definitely have started to see. Like I'm starting to stay home before I go to work a little bit later now, just so I can catch these Mr. French sessions. You know, because it's super valuable, man.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, man. I like I said, I'm a strong. That's my edge. I'm a strong fucking tape reader. That's literally my edge. And so, if I could pay it forward, that's what I enjoy doing. So I'm glad I could help, my man. So I'll see you back at Power Hour, though, man. All right.
Hell yeah! Thank you, brother.
For sure, my man. Take it easy.
You too.